Hey everyone, Anthony here, and today we are going to be going over how to properly rig for flounder. So you don't need very much here. I've got some big game mono. This is 15 pound, which is pretty good. You could do 10, you could do 20 as well if you have that laying around already, and you'd probably be all right. You also need a size 2 hook, so not super big. Again, if you wanted to do adjacent sizing, you probably could, but you don't want to go huge because their mouths aren't that big. You would also need some banana weights, is what we prefer and use. And then for your bait, these Berkeley gulps are pretty much exactly what you need and want. And if you don't want to try a bunch of different colors, the white is pretty much good all the time. So the first thing that we'll do here is kind of talk about lengths of leader. So anywhere from like 12 to 18 inches is usually pretty good. Give yourself a little bit of extra so that you have some to cut off the tag ends and whatnot. And what we're going to be doing here is we will be tying what's called the Snell knot. I'm going to go over it quickly here, but there are tons of YouTube videos that are way better at showing you how to tie this with larger hooks. So essentially what you do is you just feed the line down through the eye along the shank. You make a little bend in it at the end, so you have kind of a loop. And then all you do is just from that bend moving up, you just continue to wrap it around the shank in nice little winds that all stack up in a line on top of each other. You do that, I don't know, 6, 7 times should be plenty. Then I like to pinch the whole thing. And you can see you've got your loop and your line there. And all you want to do is stick the tag into that line down through the loop. And that is kind of what holds the whole knot in place. So we can see that's through there. And then you just start pulling. And you can see as I pull on the main line that loop starts tightening up. That's exactly what you want. I like to kind of pull on this side too to keep the winds nice and tight. And you'll just cinch that all the way up along the shank. And hopefully, if you did everything right, you should end up with some nice little winds there. And that would be your Snell knot. Let's see, and I can just see here, if we can get in a little closer just so you can see that. We should be able to, okay. So right there, again, you can kind of see those winds and how it pinches in on itself. So that's how you tie that side of it. We'll come back out again, not too far. Okay. And on the other side, what we're going to do is just a figure 8 on a bite. So that one's a little simpler. You'll just make a loop, and you're basically just going to do an overhand with an extra twist. So you take it and you wrap it around itself. And let me get a little more because my fingers are so fat. And then here you see we have it wrapped once. You could go in and that would be an overhand, but all you're going to do is take it around to the back side, slip that off your finger, and then you're going to go in through the back side of that, so it's like an extra half. And if you did it right, let me dress it up a little bit here so you can kind of see, but it makes kind of that figure 8 pattern there. And so you'll know, that's how you'll know it's good. And you can just pull that tight and you'll get a nice little knot there. So again, we can cut the tag end off of that one. And that is pretty much your leader. Not much to it, just a Snell knot on the hook side and figure 8 on a bite on the other side. And essentially what you do is you get your banana weight here. Now these do not come with this clip on the end. So you'll want to get some clips if you don't have any. And what that does is it just makes it really easy to swap out your weights if you're going to different depths or if the current changes on you. So this side would be the side that clips onto your pole. So that would be your main line, and typically it would have a snap or a clip or something on there that you can use. And so you just add this one here onto the back side, and that makes it really easy to just pop your thing right in there. You can clip it up and you'll be good to go. As far as the baits themselves, so you do want to keep these sealed up, because if they dry out, they shrink a lot. And really, you're just going to rig it up just exactly like you'd rig up just a little bait on a jig head or anything. You'll just go through the nose, kind of push it down the back. Try to keep it centered if you can. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then just like that. And actually, you can clip that piece. So here we can see, I like to pull that in there a little bit, and right there, that is perfectly, fantastically hooked up. A little jig in there, a little grub, and that'll catch a lot of flounder. So one kind of final trick is how to store these. I recommend doing a bunch of them at home so that you're not trying to do it out in the wind and the waves when the boat's rocking. So what you can do is you can get a pool noodle here, and you just put little slices in it. This is one that I've used in years past, and you can see some of my hooks have gotten a little rusty over time, so I'm going to do a bunch of them here this year. And it's super simple. You just hook your hook into the foam, and then you wrap that line around through the cuts, and what that does is it kind of holds it all in place. And you know, you can get 10, 15 of them on here, and that'll be more than what you need for several outings at the very least. So that's going to go ahead and wrap it up, guys. Hopefully you learned something. If you haven't already, please smash that thumbs up button for me like I know you can, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when my next great video comes out. In the meantime, keep fishing and stay happy.